Okay, put my hand down, let's see what happens. This is where I want my hand when I run my big fast circles. Hello, welcome to Tim Anderson Horse Training. Today I want to talk about teaching your horse to stay in whatever maneuver you ask him to. The way I like my horse is when I tell him to do something, I want him to continue to do that until I tell him to do something else. So in our reining patterns, our cow horse patterns, that goes back to circles, but this could apply to anything that you want your horse to do. Just a matter of if you steer off straight, he should stay straight until you tell him to steer off somewhere else. So whatever you ask your horse to do, he should stay doing that until you ask him to do something else. Now, I'm going to walk him around just a little bit. I just now got on him. He hasn't been warmed up at all yet. We'll walk around, we'll trot around. While I'm getting him warmed up, there's something I wanted to talk about, and that is horses' registration papers. I hear all the time that you can't ride papers, and that's true. And if you have a gelding, you know you're not going to breed him. And if you have a mare, you may or may not breed him. And papers may or may not mean anything. If you're buying a finished horse, it's a 6, 8, 10-year-old horse, whatever, that horse pretty much is what he is, and you're buying that horse to do whatever job you're getting that horse to do. What's on his papers, or even if he even has papers, really doesn't matter, because you're buying that horse for what that horse is at the time. But if you're buying a young horse, let's say a 3-year-old and younger, that you're going to want trained to do something, it would be nice to know what that horse's lineage was and what the horses in that lineage did. If you're going to be buying a horse and you're going to be spending some money to put him in training, it'd be nice to know that his parents and grandparents made it through training and did what you're going to be putting your horse in training to do. If you're going to be spending a lot of money on training, you want the best chance possible to get back for your money what you put into it. If you're buying a son or grandson or son or granddaughter of a pretty big time running horse, chances are, now it's not necessarily always true, but chances are that horse has the genetics to run. If you're buying a horse that you're going to be jumping or working cows with or reining, and you're going to be putting that horse in training, you want to buy something that the parents of that horse made it through training and did something. I know personally, if I'm going to get a prospect to put in training, I'm not going to take a chance on spending all that money unless I know that the parents won money. So this horse that I'm riding, this Blue, you've seen him in quite a few videos. He is a really nice horse. Really like him a lot. Like his mind, I like his work ethic. He is An own son of Bet He's a Cat out of a Meekum Blue daughter. If you know anything about cow horse bloodlines, that's about as good as it gets. So the chances of him making something in the cow horse world was pretty good because of his bloodline. No guarantee, but chances of him being a good horse, making it through training and winning, was better because he had parents that had done it. So I just wanted to mention that while I was getting him warmed up. He was able to kind of see what my warm-up is like. So let me know below, in the comments below, what about your horses? Do your horses have papers? Are they registered in some association? And did your horse have parents that did what you're doing with your horse? So tell me about your horses in the comments below. So got him trotted around a little bit, got his body loosened up a little bit, got his mind listening to me. This is kind of my typical warm-up routine. Move the shoulders, bend to the inside, bend to the outside. If I can bend his head to the outside and still stay in my circle, I've got pretty good control of his body. Good boy. All right, so we're gonna lope off here. We're gonna lope a few circles. What I want to show you today is how to teach your horse to stay in whatever maneuver you ask him to be in. We're going to be working circles. I want to put my hand down and I want him to stay in that circle until I tell him to do something else. Here's my middle cone there. Here, I'm going to pass through the middle every time I come through the middle of the arena. And I want to do what would be my big circle in my pattern. I hope I have my camera set up so you can see my whole circle. I tried to. So we'll walk just a little bit of the circle, somewhere around that red bucket over there, that water bucket. I'll ask him to lope off. One of the things I'm going to talk about in a later video coming up is how to control your horse's energy. You see how I just trotted all them circles and then he just walked off in a nice, real easy, relaxed walk. He knows we're going to lope, but he's staying relaxed waiting for me to ask him. We're going to talk about that later, about how I teach that. Head to the inside, outside leg, sit back, and lope. Now I'm going to lope a circle or two. Just had a trailer pull up over there, so that's going to distract him a little bit. I'll lope a circle or two. Just got on him. This is the first time we've loped this ride today. Interested in the cows over there. Get his head a little bit. Get him warmed up at a lope a little bit. There we go. What I'm looking for here is I'm looking to be able to put my hand down, him stay relaxed, relax his head. I'm not really looking for him to lower his head, but I don't want it to come up. So what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to put my hand down. He's distracted with everything. So when we go to show, he's going to be distracted with everything there. See if he maintains, comes through the middle. There we go. No, we're leaving our circle. Go pick up, go back to our circle. So if you notice what I did, I let him leave the track where I wanted him, and then I picked him up and put him back. See, cutting in right here a little bit, and bring him out. Put my hand down, see where he goes. I help him a little bit with my legs. Not going to do anything with the rein. I want to be able to lope circles without picking my hand up. Distracted with those horses, looking to the outside, I'll tilt his head to the inside. Put my hand down. You notice he didn't cut this corner, my circle off that time. Look where I want to go. There we go. A little bit of right leg. A little bit of right leg. Put my hand down. There we go. Coming through the middle is usually the hard part. But when you go to a show, there's going to be magnets all over the place that he's either going to want to go to or he's going to want to go away from. Right now, he's wanting to look at those cows and he's wanting to go stand by those two horses over there. Good boy. Say good boy, and he kind of got a little sloppy. Now what I'm gonna do here, keeps wanting to get too close to that paint mirror. I'm gonna turn him kind of hard, go back through my circle, and then put him back on my circle. Put my hand down, and let's see what happens. Pull him again, go back through my circle, go back on my circle, put my hand down. This is a good opportunity too to talk about riding with one-handed, two-handed. Blue's 4, almost 5. I show him one-handed. He's really good one-handed, but he kind of gets his body out of frame sometimes. All horses do. Nice coming through the middle. So sometimes I'll pick up two-handed, fix his body, and then go back one-handed again. I want his nose to point where we're going. Go back one-handed again. This is our area. Right leg, right leg, right leg, right leg, right leg. There we go. Wasn't pretty, but he steered right there. He's inverting right there a little bit. I'd like to fix that. By inverting, I mean he's kind of dropping his shoulder to the left, head going to the right. That needs to be fixed. That's not really the subject of what I'm working on right now. And back into my circle. Cut my circle in half right here. You notice I put my hand down and I give him a chance to make a decision. Kind of missed our middle a little bit there, but let's see where we go. A little better. Better over here too. Still kind of inverting a little bit. Straight, straight, straight. There we go. Kind of use my balance a little bit to get him straight there. And if we go through the middle, we'll stop in the middle. Whoa. Said, well, we didn't stop, so I pulled on. So, something I want to talk about just a little bit. You would say, always ride balanced. And generally that's true. You do want to always stay balanced, but when I'm showing and I'm trying to plus my circles, I want to be able to keep my hand down just like I'm riding here. So when I'm keeping my hand down and my horse veers a little bit, I'd like to have a way to fix him without picking my hand up. Because if I pick my hand up, the chance of plussing my circles is going to go down. So if I can adjust my weight a little bit and get some steering in there without picking my hand up, that's something I'm going to use when I'm showing. So I can run big fast circles and kind of adjust my feet and stay on my circle. I'm going to teach a little bit of that here. It's not necessarily good equitation, and it's not something I suggest a beginner rider learning. You need to learn how to ride balanced first. You have to get balance. But this is something that I'm going to do. This is kind of a next level up. When you start wanting to plus maneuvers, and when you first starting off, you're just wanting to get that 0 maneuver score. You want to walk out the pen with the 70. But once you get to the point where you can walk out of the pen with the 70, the next step is to start plussing your maneuvers. And that's what I'm talking about here. If I'm wanting to plus my circles, I'm wanting to keep my hand down and develop a little bit of steering with my weight on my feet. Some other things I do, I know some people that put their hand down here and they steer with touching. Nothing wrong with that either. I kind of use hand down on the mane for a little bit different cue, so I don't use that. So I use weight on my feet a little bit. So you noticed we did all that loping, walk circles, let him catch his breath. You notice how he came down and relaxed so much after all those circles. Those circles, he's not getting hot. That's what I'm talking about later. I'm going to have a video coming out later about controlling your horse's energy. I'm going to talk about how to make that happen. So let's go back out to our big circle. We'll walk a little bit. We'll lope off, I don't know, somewhere around that red water bucket, maybe a little further. Gather my reins up. Gather him up a little bit. Tip his nose to the left a little. Nose to the left. Sit back, right leg back. Not the best lope departure, but we'll go with it. So, kind of get his face, round him up, kind of show him where I want him to be. I want you to be right here, getting a little closer to the fence right there than I would like. Let's do one more circle, showing him where I want him to be. Got a little chargy right there. Okay, let's put my hand down. Let's see what happens. This is where I want my hand when I run my big fast circles, and my small slow circles for that matter. Look where I want to go. I had a little bit of right leg there just to help him around the corner. Look ahead. Look for the middle. Ride straight through the middle. Look ahead. A little bit of right leg there. Look around. Look left. A little bit of right leg. There we go. Good boy. Look around. A little bit inverted there. Pick his head up. Bring it to the inside a little. Get back soft again. Fix his head. He's looking at them cows is what it is. He really likes cows. Do one more circle and then I'll stop in the middle. Straight through the middle. Straight, straight. Look. Right leg. Straight, straight, straight. Look. Right leg. Straight, straight, straight. Look. Right leg. Fix his head. Straight, straight, straight. Look. There we go. Straight, straight, straight. Whoa. Fix that stop a little bit. Got heavy on the front end. What I'm gonna move his shoulders around. He stopped heavy on the front. Move his shoulders. Move his shoulders. Move his shoulders. Come on. Then we'll come back to the middle. Whoa. There we go. Good boy. That was better. So that's my routine for teaching the horse to stay in my circles. You can use that for pretty much any maneuver. He should stay in whatever you tell him is where your horse should stay until you tell him something different. So watch for that video coming out in the future about controlling your horse's energy up and down. I think that's really important for a lot of reasons. With a lot of horses, you can bring your horse's energy level down if you have a hot horse. You can bring it up if you have a dull horse. So if you're already a subscriber, I want to thank you for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, I ask you to please click the subscribe button and the bell notification so you get notifications when I get new videos out. And until next time, thank you for watching.